First carry now for Trey Sermon. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Now remember, these two teams met in Glendale earlier in the season with the Cards coming out on top. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep. Eight yards to go on second down. Here's Lance to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. They set up the screen for Sermon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. From the gun, it's Lance. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 37.
He's coming. We got double up.
Room to run past midfield. 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Cardinals. See, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. Well, that deserves a couple exclamation points.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. He will return this from deep in the end zone. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
On play action, Lance. They'll roll him out right. Checks it down to Sermon out of the backfield. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Working from the gun, Lance. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Sermon now on 1st and 10. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. This defense for the Cards, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Lance going to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try and run for the first with Sermon. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. Play action. Now it's Lance. Out to his left. 20. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs...
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers.
Let's go!
Brandon Ayuk. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners, if they can convert the extra point, they'll grab the lead. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be hauled in. So they get the 2-point conversion. And now they have an 8-6 lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Dante Pettis now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time John? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now these 2 division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10. And it was the visiting Cardinals who came away with the victory. So now they've got a chance here to sweep the season series if they can get the victory in Glendale. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Play action. Now it's Murray. And his throw here's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
We got three, fellas, we got three. Hey, check right.
Here's Murray. Flush to his right. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Dancing to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or, even worse, an interception.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Squeeze, double. Man left. Everyone got four down. 57's Mike 57. Watch one.
Now they'll try the jet sweep here. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Hey.
On 2nd down, it's Hawkins. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 77 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Murray now. Throw left side complete. That's Hawkins. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd and goal, Murray. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. 8-6 the score after 1. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Yo. Nice 57's mine. Okay.
Throwing now is Murray. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Maurice Hurst drops him for a loss of 10. And it's going to be 4th and long. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. From the left hash, this from 34. Prater's kick is good. And they're going to take the lead here as it's now 9-8. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep route, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. But that was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lance, they'll run the screen with Mitchell. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Shotgun now for Lance. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. Yeah, not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45. Now Murray off play action. And his throw is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
2nd and 10. On the handoff, running left, Marlon Mack. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 32. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Here's Murray. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it. And he's got it. touchdown. Chase Claypool with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Now Prater to add the PAT. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Lance. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Fair to say. It hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
They find some open field here, and he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play there on the catch and run. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they're a full part of the passing game. And we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
90 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. This a give to Mack running to the right. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On second down now, it's Hawkins. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. To throw is Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Lance looking to throw it. That's complete out left to Ayuk. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. Oh, he bowls over it. And finally brought down at the 38. A big play that time on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Lance now on 1st down. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 28-yard line.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Throwing now is Lance. And he fires one that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to get the football back at their own 17. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And the Niners get there and bring him down. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football at State Farm Stadium. And for the call, let's head back out to Glendale and hand it over to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll run on first down. Hawkins. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 107 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hawkins. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
At the 45-yard line.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
Murray now to throw. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
From the gun on third down, Murray. He rifles one that's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the 49ers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there. That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Back to Sermon on first down. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Off of play action, here's Lance. This to the outside, it's Sermon. And it's a fumble. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On play action, it's Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Second and 8 coming up.
Hey, hold on.
Now Murray. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Lance, a give now to Sermon. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Sermon, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Now the 49ers electing to leave the offense out there and go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Pettis now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Let's go, baby.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Play fake. Murray. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing on first down is Murray. He dumps this off to Mack. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here we go.
From the 27, Murray. That's complete. Okuegbuna. Touchdown, Cardinals. Albert O, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Prater for the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Lance. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. 7 yards to pick up there.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On 2nd down, it's Sermon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Sermon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Again with Sermon. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Trey Sermon, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the 49ers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Makes the score Cardinals 26, 49ers 23.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Pettis now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. Murray has the first down and more. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. On first down, it's Hawkins. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 137 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. Murray going to throw. This is complete to Hawkins. Touchdown! A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
Well, that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Extra point good by Prater. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A play fake for Sermon. Now Lance. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Little costly there. You wipe out the first down. You also move further back.
No doubt about it. So you went from moving the sticks to them staying in the same spot, except for that one guy carrying the yard marker. He moves back farther.
Lance now on first down. This one caught by Kittle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. He'll leave that underneath to Sermon. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Now a handoff, Sermon, and he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And they'll run with Sermon. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Sermon punching it in from a yard away. And the 49ers are back within a score. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Pettis now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here, or do you throw it?
I think you have the full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
This is brought in at the 21. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. And Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll run on 1st down. It's Mitchell. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Tackle made there by Buda Baker.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll look to throw. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And he gets it down to the 32.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Mitchell. And the 49ers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Here's Sermon. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for San Francisco, they do get the victory here in the season finale, but it was altogether a somewhat disappointing season as they'll wind up at 6-11. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they will indeed limp to the finish line, unfortunately, as they close out a 6-11 campaign.
That's why we in when the thing up.
Let's go now.